Full of greed, heart full of spite. Foodie can't see the light. Overeating, losing the fight. Greed, a hold attack day and night.
Welcome back. So Foodie has finally surfaced, so to speak, with a video called I'm Sick and Tired of Being Sick and Tired, but it's all black screen. There's no images at all, just her talking, which does immediately make you think what's going on. It has been in the news lately about some action in Kuwait for people living in buildings that they shouldn't be living in, etc. The power and water are being cut off, etc. You can find that on the internet. Could it be to do with that? Could it be that she really is this ill? I mean, we all know her track record of lying, crying wolf, etc. But let's get into it.
Hi guys, so I'm sure most of you have been waiting for this.
Waiting with bated breath, yeah. No, not really.
I apologize in advance for the quality of this video.
Yeah, what quality? It's just a black screen. That's why I'm not showing it to you here. I'm just showing thumbnail of a video because there's nothing to see.
Because I don't really have the energy to edit.
Where's Salah? Couldn't he help out? You know, the loving husband? Is he around? Has he gone somewhere? Left you to it?
Even put pictures up for you, I can't. So, it's not going to be edited, so there's going to be a lot of pauses and stuff like that. Well, I'm alive. Barely.
I'm alive, barely. Well, I think we got that from the fact that you were talking from the beginning of this. Okay. Was there really a need to say that? Bit of the dramatics there, methinks.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'm sure some people can hazard a guess, but moving on.
I think it was, the 19th, maybe around noon. I started feeling really dizzy and nauseous.
So she uploaded this on the 22nd, so that's 3 days. Okay, 3 days ago she started feeling ill. And this would have been right after the camel spit in her face, in her eyeball, as she called it. Has she picked up MERS?
And I just want to sleep. So I went to bed. And it just kind of went downhill from there. I had chills, fever. I don't know if you guys have ever had a fever dream. Oh my gosh.
Had chills and fever. Do you not still have them now then? So far, these symptoms, chills, fever, nausea, are indicative of MERS, but they could be indicative of any kind of infection. She's already got a kidney infection, she said, so is that getting worse?
I don't know if you guys have ever had a fever dream. Oh my gosh, they're so weird. So those were fun. I would wake up drenched in sweat.
So is Salah there helping you out, changing the bed linen, etc.? No mention of that so far.
It's still happening, the waking up drenched in sweat.
Still happening, so she's still got this fever, etc. Why the hell aren't you at a hospital then?
I haven't eaten anything since the 19th, except for I tried having like water.
Really?
And then I tried having water with salt, sea salt, and lemon. And that's just too gross. And I know I'll throw it up. So I only threw up once, but the nausea's bad.
Well, if she's not drinking, you know, dehydration, if it's not already there, it's coming. Really, really bad. And by the way, I've had some criticism for talking a lot on videos, on, you know, reacts. It's called fair use. You have to comment, you have to stop, you know, pause the video and talk about it, add commentary, adding some kind of value. Now, some people may not think I add value at all, that's fine. Feel free to watch other channels, but some people do watch for whatever value I provide in the commentary. So just to clear that up, that's why there's pauses and chat.
I had a few berries.
Berries?
Like fresh blueberries. Those were pretty good, but I don't have really much of an appetite.
I wouldn't have thought berries would have been a good thing to have if you've got a dodgy stomach. Usually what's recommended is like dry toast or ginger ale, you know, plain bland foods, not fresh berries. But maybe that's what they do in Kuwait. I don't know. Maybe it works, but not something I'd want to try.
I try, for energy's sake, to have something healthy, just even a few bites, because I want to try to get the energy to go see a doctor.
So, she hasn't even seen a doctor. Probably not talked to a doctor, not called anywhere. Now, with her being in Kuwait, we know the healthcare is very different to what she could get in Canada. I think she has said before about being in Kuwait that, you know, you have to pay for everything because she's not a resident. Even if you are a resident in Kuwait, I'm not sure if you still have to pay or if there's some discount or whatever. But in Canada, she could just call a doctor, rock up to the ER. It's all covered under whatever their benefit system is. So, does she have no money? You know, why can't she call a doctor out to the house? Do they not do that in Kuwait? No health line, medical line that she could call?
So, I'll have to keep you guys updated on what happens at the doctor. So,
if you ever get there.
I think this has been the most sick I've ever been in my life.
The most sick she's ever been. And when you think, those of you that know her history, what she has been through in the past, this is something. If it's true, I always caveat that, if it's true, and it could be, given that she already had a kidney infection before the camel spat in her eye, could she have, bacterial infection, an additional one? You know, her immune system just can't cope, not to mention the fact she's diabetic. Could it be sepsis, which is extremely serious?
I don't know how to explain it, just like headache, dizzy, the nausea, the chills, the fever.
Sounding very much like MERS. I mean, there's a raft of other conditions that could cause those symptoms, but given the fact with the camel incident the other day,
being thirsty.
Well, you're diabetic. One of the symptoms is constant thirst.
I know, coincidentally, I get sick right after I go see the camel again.
I don't think that's a coincidence, as I said.
And it spits in my face. I don't know if it's related to that. It could be. But usually
I would say there's a reasonably high chance it could be. We know you're not the best in, shall we say, hygiene, washing your hands frequently, etc. So goodness knows.
related to that. It could be. But usually with camels, it's you're at risk of getting Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome or
Yeah.
MERS. It's a form of COVID.
Well, it's a coronavirus. I wouldn't say it's a form of the C word as we all know it from recent years, but it is a coronavirus.
Which attacks your respiratory system, and mine is okay. I mean, I'm heavy breathing a little bit now because I spend most of my time in bed.
If you think your breathing isn't any worse than normal now, that doesn't rule it out, you know? You shouldn't think that because you're not breathing worse than usual, that it couldn't be MERS. It could get worse.
Laying down with my CPAP, and yeah.
Ah, good old CPAP. The one where she's told us before she hadn't cleaned out the tubes and things to it for ages. And you're supposed to replace the tubes every so often, and she's admitted before she doesn't keep up with that. God knows what bacteria could be teeming in the CPAP, never mind anything else. God, I mean, there's so many places when you think about it where she could have picked up a bacterial infection.
In bed, laying down with my CPAP, and yeah, like 24/7.
Did you say she's using her CPAP 24/7? That's not good. If she is laying down the whole time, I know she needs it for when she sleeps, obviously for her sleep apnea. But if she's been like this for 3 days and she's been laying down, resting, snoozing, sleeping with the CPAP on that whole time, that's even more time for any bacteria in that CPAP to seep into her system.
I have sores inside my nose that are really painful.
Sores inside her nose that are really painful. That speaks some sort of infection to me again.
I don't know where they come from. I don't know if it's from the CPAP or what.
Could be.
But I've had to like just, you know, try my best to just rest. I've just been sleeping, honestly. I didn't even have the energy to answer people, like family and stuff like that. I answered,
What? Your family are worried about you. Okay, if you're too ill, again, where the hell is Salah? Couldn't he have been texting with your family to keep them up to date and let them know what was going on? I mean, come on. You can understand not doing YouTube, but your family? You've got to keep them informed, and you're supposed to have a loving husband there to do it.
I answered. I did answer them eventually, but like for the first few days, the first couple of days, I was like out. So if you didn't...
Can you imagine how worried her family were? That's just unacceptable in my eyes. She's supposed to have Salah there with her. He could have been on the phone with them. He could have shown them video of her, even if she couldn't speak well, you know, she had the CPAP on or something. And surely to God, they would have been saying to him, get her to a doctor, get her to a hospital. This is very, very, very bizarre.
So if you messaged me and you didn't get a response, it's nothing personal. I'm just, not well. So I don't even have the energy to talk and explain to everybody. So that's why I'm doing this video.
Well, rather than exert yourself, if you're so ill, to do a video, you could have done a community post. Salah could have done a community post for you to update people. I'm sorry, this stinks to me. She could be ill, I'll accept that with everything that's going on, but I don't think she's quite as ill as she's making out she is. Sorry, just don't.
I don't know when I'll be alright. I don't know if I'll have to go into the hospital.
Think you will?
I hope not,
If
but
you're
I
that
have
ill.
a feeling that I'll need to probably get on some fluids or something. So,
Yep.
I've just been in bed praying, like praying and praying and praying until I fall asleep, and asking for mercy and help to feel better.
Appealing to the religious community there. I'm not sure I believe that either, but either way, I'm sorry. Modern medicine, in my opinion, trumps praying, and I don't mean to offend anybody being religious there. Do both by all means, but you should not substitute, in my opinion, do not substitute modern medicine for prayer, because modern medicine will help you more. My opinion.
And promising to take care of my health and ask for forgiveness for damaging my health the way I have. Taking it for granted.
Even if she recovers from this, right? If she is really ill and she recovers, we all know damn well that in the near future she'll just go back to the same old bad habits. Eating crap. These mukbangs. There is some chatter on Twitter, now X, about another, shall we say, lady that gets paid by a feeder to watch her eat, and also to see her struggling and needing help. She is claiming that one of her clients is also a client of Foodie's, and has been for a few years. Now, this is all alleged, it's just on Twitter. You've got to decide for yourself if you think it's true or not. But apparently, this woman is saying they share a client, and this client pays them both to watch them eating on camera, and, like I said, to see them struggling because of their size and needing help. How long till we see Chantal go back to her old ways? She really should not have left Canada in the last time she was there. Well, she shouldn't have left at the end of December, in my opinion, when she found out what Salah did when he was cheating. But she did. She went back to him. And on a recent trip to Canada, she again was supposed to stay to get her health sorted out. And then all of a sudden, no, she wasn't staying. She needed to get back to her home. What is it that's dragging her back there? It's not Salah himself. It's not love. We can all see that, I think. It's not her cat, Julia, because, well, we know the care she gives to her cats. Let's just leave it at that. Why the hell did she go back? Is she running away from something else in Canada? She keeps going back thinking she can put up with it? Or is it simply the cost? She can't afford it anymore because all the rents have gone up since she moved to Kuwait. Who knows? Anyway, let's carry on.
Taking it for granted, like a joke. I don't care if I have an eating disorder or food addiction or whatever the
Well, you should.
part of my language the fuck it is. It's something I have to take control of.
And how many times have we heard her say this before? That she's responsible for her own health, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Same old, same old.
I hate when people are like, you know, it's not your fault. You don't have control over this. Like, I mean, people like in some programs and some beliefs about how to tackle binge eating, that you're powerless over it. What if that's been my problem the whole time? Is thinking I'm powerless. So
No, you know you're not powerless. That's a load of guff. Your problem is you like food too much. Let's just be honest about it. Cut the crap.
yes. So I'm gonna start trying to eat healthy, small amounts. Maybe some soup, something like this, vegetable soup, I don't know. And I have to talk to the doctor about all that stuff.
You do.
Because yeah, I just want to make sure I'm eating the right things.
If you talk to a doctor, they'll probably tell you to get to the hospital. Get blood tests. They're not just going to be happy for you to just stay at home if the symptoms you've described are true. You know, it sounds like you're very dehydrated, and when you're diabetic, they're going to want you in the hospital, aren't they?
And I think I'll go see a different doctor this time for another opinion.
Why?
You know,
See another doctor. Why? Because the last one told you need to sort out your diet, etc., and look after your health properly, and you didn't like to hear that. Or you just don't want a history following you around. I mean, what the hell?
for another opinion. You know, so. But at least I have a bit of appetite back, which is kind of a good sign, but I'm still so lethargic and tired. And I just want to be curled up in bed.
Wanting to be curled up in bed is your usual state, Chantal. That doesn't mean much.
1 minute I'm hot, 1 minute I'm cold. But I gotta go out, I know it.
Again, do they not have medical services that would come to your home, doctor? Maybe they don't in Kuwait.
But I need a bit of strength, so I'm gonna try to, like I said, get something super healthy. There's a lot of healthy food services here.
Then why haven't you been using them the whole bloody time you've been in Kuwait? I think we all know the answer to that.
That make really clean, healthy, diabetic-friendly food.
That's even worse, diabetic friendly food. If she had been using that the whole time and been doing swimming, can you imagine the weight she could have lost by now?
So I'll just maybe have something enough to get some strength. And then Salah will take me to the doctor.
Oh, first mention of Salah, so he is actually there. Useless lump that he is. Just my opinion.
I'm sorry I'm talking like this. It must be annoying to listen to, but
No more than usual.
this is all I can give you right now, honestly. I'm so depleted. I weighed myself 2 days ago.
So you've been telling us you've been so ill, but you found not only the thought to weigh yourself, but you actually were physically able to weigh yourself. I thought you were that ill. You were curled up in bed, could hardly move. If I was that sick, the last thing I'd be worrying about is going away myself. What about you?
2 days ago. And I was like 152 kg. But I'm not saying that as like a victory. I'm just
You bloody hope not.
telling you in relation to, you know, the weight loss and being sick. It's not in a healthy way, so there's nothing to celebrate.
Then why
just
bother telling us? You
telling
know damn
you
well she
in
wanted to put
relation
it in as in,
to,
hey, at least I've lost a bit of weight.
you know, the weight loss and being sick.
God.
It's not in a healthy way, so there's nothing to celebrate. Anyway, that's an update for you. I'm sorry that I worried so many people. I can imagine how worried some people were because, you know, my health is not good. So, and yeah, it coincidentally happened right
Yeah.
after the camel incident.
Not necessarily a coincidence.
The last time I got sick right after the camel, it was more of a flu, like respiratory thing. So
she's been sick before. After being around the camels, does she never learn a lesson? What am I saying? Of course, we know she doesn't learn lessons.
So, we'll see.
Oh, we'll see.
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll keep you guys updated as, you know, as often as I can.
And that's it. It ends abruptly. She initially did have comments open, and there was lots of, so many comments telling her to get medical help, etc. And then now comments are turned off. Why? Why didn't she have them turned off from the very beginning if she didn't want them? Maybe she just doesn't like to hear the truth. You need to get medical help. I know she said in this that she's going to, but 3 days like this with her medical conditions, she should have sought medical help sooner. Just my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let's see what happens next in Chantal's world. Will the next one be a video or an update from the hospital? Will it be a mukbang? She's suddenly fully recovered. We shall see. So, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.
Belly, belly full, but she want more. Anger rising, can't keep score. Money off the spend, can't ignore. Greed a joker till she can't adore. Belly full of greed, heart full of spite. Foodie can't see the light.